Hi, everybody. Welcome to this episode of Future Finance Talks. My name is Dan Cockerton. I'm the founder of the Digital Accountancy Show and the Digital Finance Shows. And I'm really pleased to bring to you our new interview series called Future Finance Talks, which is where we'll be running a series of in-depth conversations and interviews with CEOs and innovators shaping the next generation of financial technology, accounting, and digital transformation. Each episode explores how cutting edge tools, ideas, and leaders are redefining the way businesses manage money, data, growth, and support our mission as a business, which is all about empowering smarter finance. If we're empowering smarter finance, we are unlocking better decision making, which fuels growth and profitability and protects jobs, ecosystems, and supply chains, and ultimately having a big impact, a positive impact on the economy. I'm absolutely delighted to be joined by Albert Malikov, the CEO of Stacks AI today. Hi, Albert.
Hi, Dan. Thank you so much for having me. Glad to be here.
You're welcome. As soon as I came across your business, Albert, on social media and online, I thought I've got to speak to these guys and find out what they're doing, how they're supporting finance teams and accountants. And I'm really pleased that you could be able to join us today. So thank you so much for your time. So, Albert, would you mind, for the people listening, would you mind introducing yourself and your business to the audience?
Yes, absolutely. Hi, everyone. I'm Albert, founder and CEO of Stacks. Stacks is an AI-powered financial close platform. We're helping mid to large enterprises to streamline their monthly financial close processes and, in general, financial operations. So we use AI agents and all the latest technology to make close cycles faster, more efficient, and have the controls so that the companies have a solid process of the close.
Amazing. Thanks, Albert. And what was your background before setting up Stacks, Albert?
I've been in the past 10 years building different fintech products. And firsthand, I saw this problem when I was part of the Uber team, and our team was looking after a lot of automation in the finance function. As you can imagine, so the company Uber is quite complex enterprise, and that was at a time where the company was an inflection point of the growth. So we started launching new businesses in the new countries. So had 50 plus different geolocations, had billions of the transactions, and also lots of different business lines, which made the monthly financial close and overall accounting operation of the company extremely complex. So as a tech company, we spent quite a bit of time investing into the solutions to make this process very streamlined. So eventually the company went to the IPO, and the process was very, very automated. But at the same time, the process getting to that automation was somewhat painful. We invested a lot of resources, and many of us who actually were involved at the time in this process thought that there should be a better way of doing that. So that's why when we saw AI technology coming into the place, we just realized that what we did at that time could be done at a more scalable level, and so many other enterprises can actually just benefit from that automation, from that technology. So that made us to go all in and build Stacks.
Amazing. So walk me through, Albert, what are businesses currently doing today, typically, that are not using software like Stacks to automate this part of the finance function?
Yeah, absolutely. So when we think about the enterprises and their accounting financial close processes, so usually what's happening is one of the core parts of their software is their accounting system, ERP systems. We work with the companies that are transitioned to more powerful ERP systems such as NetSuite, Microsoft, SAP, and some others as well. And so the big, largely, like if you think in terms of abstracting this process, what is happening is there's lots of different transactions coming into the business, and then so there's a business logic and some accounting practices that sort of people trying to bring these transactions into their core systems of the record. check them for completeness through the reconciliation task, and then tell a story about those numbers through reporting. So those are key steps of the process. And what's happening is because oftentimes business logic changing fast, oftentimes ERP implementations, most of the time, not that successful. A lot of work and ending up being very manual in Excel spreadsheets. So teams spending hours of the work working on different spreadsheets, preparing the data, entering data into the systems, going through a lot of reconciliation processes. So very, very labor intensive process. And instead of focusing on what really drives the business, driving insights from the data, teams are spending time on this manual data manipulation tasks. That's what we are solving with our solutions at Stacks.
Amazing. And what are you finding are the typical size of business, type of businesses that are using Stacks and getting some success from it?
So we have various sizes of the customers that are 200, 300 employees to multiple thousand employees customers. So usually where we see opportunity to add value is when accounting function is in-housed and the company has complexity that is coming either from being a global enterprise operating across multiple different geographies, or from just complexity of the business, having physical goods, many transactions. So all of these things usually create that complexity of the workflows, requiring the teams to hire large teams to handle that complexity. So complexity and sizable teams are where we come in and help those teams to be a lot more efficient and spend their time on most valuable tasks.
Amazing. And what are some of the success stories that you're seeing? What are some of the time savings, efficiency savings that you guys like? Give me a bit of a case study or somebody you've worked with where you've made a really big impact to their business.
Yeah, absolutely. So a few examples of the companies in UK. So we work with a company called Bumper, where they were doing a lot of manual entries in their ERP system using the Excel spreadsheets. So without tools, they managed to automate more than 90% of their manual entries into the core ERP system.
Wow.
Then the other example is Motorway. It's also one of the UK company. And Motorway, before working with Stacks, was using Excel-based reconciliation, transaction matching for their orders for their account receivable application. So using Stacks, they managed to automate this process to 95+% level that significantly reduce time required for this task. So those are just some of the examples of our customers that using AI-powered technology managed to get a lot of time back, and those teams are reinvesting this time into more value-added work, like finding insights about the data, driving more valuable reports for the business.
Yeah. And ultimately, Albert, contributing to creating smarter finance functions, more insight, which allows the business to make better decision making and ultimately fueling growth.
Absolutely. I think one thing really stuck in me when we just started, we were interviewing head of accounting in the fast growing company, global company. And so that person told us that their team currently spending 80% of the time on manual work, on data manipulation work in Excel, and 20% of the work on analyzing the data, trying to find insights how to impact the business in a positive way. So what we're trying to do is just automate that work and just give time back to those teams so we can flip that ratio.
And in terms of the integration side of things, Albert, what products are you guys currently integrated with?
So one of the key integration points for us is ERP. We are not, so one of the things that we built as a product, we would like to make implementation easy and require very little disruption in terms of existing systems. So changing ERP is a big project for some of the enterprises. So we don't ask for that. We connect to your existing ERP and build workflows on top of that. So we have very deep integration with the ERPs that we support. We're reading data and we can write the data into the ERP, obviously assuming all the security guidelines and permission guidelines that you already set up there. So ERP connectivity is one of the major connectivities for us. Second, we connect with some of the productivity tools, such as collaboration tools, your messaging apps, whether it's Slack or anything else. Obviously, email, and then Excel is still a fantastic tool. A lot of our customers are using. So we have deep integration with Excel so that we can build workflows around that as well.
Amazing. And I mean, the fact that you guys are integrated with the ERP side of things and the mid-tier and enterprise level clients is great. Are you doing anything with the likes of Xero, Sage, QuickBooks at all?
We do have customers on Xero, but most of the time our customers are already at the stage where they are graduating to the next level of the ERP, because as I mentioned, so there's a certain level of complexity coming to their business, and we like solving hard problems and focusing basically on those complex problems.
Amazing. Thanks, Albert. And now, what can people expect from Stacks over the next year? I saw this week that you guys had announced a new product, and I love the video that you guys did for that, and we'll play that straight after this interview so people can see that. But what's kind of coming next, and what's the kind of big vision for you guys?
Absolutely. So from product perspective, the first day when we started working on that, we had a vision that we would like to simplify dramatically monthly financial close to one click. What do we mean by that is we would like to see our customers having tools so that they can continuously close the books throughout the month. And then at the end of the month, the reporting is just clicking few buttons, and the process is simple, fast, accurate, and and people can focus on what's really matters. So that's our vision. So everything that we do from product perspective is just getting us closer there. So indeed, we just did this exciting launch of our agentic platform for finance. The first use case that we launched is bank account reconciliation. So our customers now can use this agentic workflow and agents to do 95% of the work, and then review the remaining suggestions by the system. So this makes significant change in terms of how we approach some of these workflows. If we think about how some of the systems, automation systems were built before, the ones that we were building at Uber back in the days as well, they're very rule-based system where you, for the different business logic, for the different scenarios, you're writing hundreds of thousands or sometimes even millions of different rules. It's like, if something happens, then you do this. So the agentic platforms allowing us to completely change the approach where we're bringing intelligence that learns on your previous data, but also learns from every action that users are doing on the platform. So this allowing to bring completely different level of automation to this industry, but also doing that with full auditability. So it's not a black box system. So you can control the learnings of the agents. You can add the learnings. So the system is just like absolutely amazing. So we're super excited about this. And what we are looking for to do next year is continue to bring the same level of automation to the different parts of the close. So we're adding more type of reconciliations on our platform: AR, AP, fixed assets, intercompany workflows as well. In addition to that, we're investing more into the reporting, so we'll really have agents that are writing explanations for the variances and differences as a part of the close. So adding more type of different agents that will get us closer to that one-click close. And hopefully next year is going to be much closer to that vision.
I know there's accountants and finance people getting extremely excited about a one click close, Albert. So yeah, that sounds amazing. And just if I may quickly before we close down, um, what did you learn in your days working at Uber from a business point of view that you were able to bring into this business?
Yeah, so that's an excellent question. I think, to be honest, like the biggest thing that I've seen at Uber, it was one of the most customer obsessed companies in the world, and in many ways that was the recipe for the success of the company. So everything, every small big product decision was really just going into the deep customer insights. So that's basically how we're building the product at Stacks as well. So we brought together best engineers, best product people, and finance people together to solve hard problems. But the way we do that is not just sitting in the office and just having hypothesis how the world works. We're working very closely with our customers, iterating fast on the feedback. Engineers are in the direct contact with our customers and iterating on a daily basis, adding small adjustments, small improvements to the product, but also shipping super fast new solutions as well. So that's probably the one thing I would highlight.
Albert, that's been amazing. Thank you so much for spending a bit of time with me on this Future Finance talk. Where can people find you if they'd like to get in touch and find out a bit more about you and the business and the products?
Absolutely. So we have a lot of information at stacks.ai. So just feel free to check it out, sign up for the demo, or hit me up at albert@stacks.ai as well. Happy to answer any questions.
Brilliant. Albert, thank you so much for your time. That was really insightful, really interesting, and super excited from my point of view. Really interesting what you guys are doing. Looking forward to seeing the business grow and get some more traction in the market. And yeah, hopefully we can get you on again soon for a bit of an update as well.
Thank you so much for
Thanks, Albert.
having me today.
Thanks for your time. Cheers.
Thank you. Bye.